Apparently, the U.S. Treasury Secretary said that Trump has stopped calling for rate cuts. What is good, Lottery Stocks fam? I am, of course, still away, but this is one of the last days, and then I will be back on the computer updating you guys every single day. So I'm very excited. A lot has happened with the market while I'm gone. Today, it is down 2%, cracking that 570 level. If it breaks under that 570 level, we're going to talk about what is to come, what's going to happen. Basically, what we see right now is we have the crypto summit tomorrow on Friday, which we're going to talk briefly on in a moment. We see the market plunging. Trump has apparently said that he is going to pause either partial or all tariffs on Mexico until April 2nd. So we're seeing another rollover again in the tariffs, which normally people are going to say, well, that's a good thing. It's going to pump the markets. But what it also does is temporarily, once again, we see more uncertainty. The longer investors are uncertain, the longer they're going to take risk off positions. They're going to sell off markets, or they're going to hold markets at best, which, like I said, at best, holding markets, you're going to see markets trade sideways. There is no bull case here for markets to rally, potentially for crypto markets to rally, which we'll talk about in a second. But basically, we're seeing a lot of either neutral or negative news, or news that we don't know necessarily if it's going to be positive or negative. We're also seeing a lot of things happen in the economy, a little bit deeper in the economy, that have to do with the quantitative easing of the Fed. Okay, investors right now, big institutions, big money, you have to pay attention, you have to focus, because not only are they selling off the market, but on top of selling off the market, what's more important is individual stocks like AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, blue chips, right? Individual cryptos, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the prime example. What I'm saying is they're not buying. Okay, not only are institutions selling specific things, specific ETFs that are huge, but they're not buying. Okay, so what does that make you? What does that make retail? It's not necessarily the time to buy. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't time the bottom. It just means it's very, very unlikely that you're going to time the bottom. Now, I'll say it. I've said it. I'll say it again. Right now, here's the couple routes you can go. Well, first of all, before I explain the couple routes that you can go based off of where to park your money, if you have money left, and then if not, I'll talk about that very briefly. I'm just going to try and give you guys a quick update here. Currently still in Arizona right now, but we'll be leaving tonight. Well, not tonight, but waking up very early for a flight. So we have the crypto summit tomorrow. There's a couple of outcomes that I've talked about briefly in the Discord server. If I remember them off the top of my head, then I would tell you straightforward, but I don't. The outcomes I see happening right now, if the SPY cracks under 570, that is a floor on the SPY, it will get very dangerous. You're probably going to see 565 very quick. You might see 560 over the next week, which would be a hard flush down. So we're seeing 2% down on the day. Just imagine what can happen in a week next week. We have structural support on the S&P 500. It broke beneath, I believe it was 584.70. Yesterday, last night, we retested. I entered shorts into close. We made more profits in Discord. I didn't really want to trade from my phone while I'm traveling. I wanted to take a step off from the market. The opportunities were just too easy. It is what it is. Okay, so if you're not on the Discord server, it's the top link. Okay, so if that floor breaks, you're going to see more meltdown on the SPY. Where's the bottom? It's too hard to time the bottom. What's going to happen? What is happening? We're still seeing the Japanese yen carry trade still unwind. A lot of people are not telling you to pay attention to it, but it is happening. That is what is happening. You're seeing JPY rise, the yields rise above 1.5%. The last time we covered it was at 1.42 or something along the lines of that. You're seeing shifts with the DXY, which is the US dollar index, gold, Bitcoin, the market. They're not moving in the tandem that they normally move in. Something is happening. Things are shifting. And so far, I'll tell you, we had a 10% correction on the SPY from all-time highs. What happens now with the uncertainty, with everything like that, today is a very important day because we have now broken, I believe, okay, I'm not on the charts, but I believe we have broken beneath the 10% correction territory, meaning we are on our way to the 20% to call it a crash.
which is what I believe is coming. I've said that I don't think the selling is over. You are likely going to get a fire sale, but not only are you going to get a fire sale, we make money on the downside in order to enter into that fire sale long. Okay, so a couple things that can happen during the crypto summit. Regulation can be cleared. It can relieve investors to invest back into crypto for the long term. We can establish the Bitcoin reserve. They can talk about it a little bit, right? The Bitcoin reserve currency. They can talk about other cryptos. There are a lot of important people meeting at the summit. I know Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy is going to be there, and some other people. I don't think now, but I don't think it's going to happen at the crypto summit, but who knows? Probably very unlikely. But I do believe strongly that GameStop is investing into Bitcoin. I don't know when it's going to be announced for sure, but I do believe it's going to be announced. So wherever you want to park your money for that reason, just be ready. Whether that's into Bitcoin or whether that's into GameStop calls, which I would probably say leaps 4 to 6 months out at best. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I know I'm kind of all over the place, right? I've been checking out the markets. I'm traveling. I don't have a set tabs open for you guys where I want to cover things step by step. So we're kind of back and forth ping-ponging here, but just be ready, guys. If you have money in your portfolio, I don't care if it's $100, your best bet is, in my opinion, get in the Discord, follow the trade setups, take the trades, and once you're in profit, run trailing stops. That way you don't leave room, that way you don't leave food on the table, right? SPY's selling off. You don't want to leave profits on the table if it's going to continue to sell off. Just run that trailing stop. Pretty simple. As far as if you're an investor or a trader, these are two different, this is a very different market, okay? If you're an investor, this is a beautiful market. You are not worrying. You invest long term. You buy these dips, you enter these dips, and you hold. You're expecting to hold for 5 years, 10 years maybe, right? Investors doing well, zero stress. Traders, if you're a trader and investor, right? Here's the thing. This is what I think is, at least my forte, right? Trade, make some money, invest. But I see two major opportunities, and it's between the SPY and GameStop, always like usual, AMC as well. Based on the Japanese yen currency trade unwind with the SPY, you're likely to see, we could see something a little bit different than 2021. The SPY corrected, GameStop, AMC, they peaked. Once it started rallying again, there were short squeezes, which makes sense because shorts get out, right? We could see something different, something similar to Volkswagen, where markets crash too hard, right? Collateral's not there. There's unwinding of positions, unwinding of these currencies, right? What can happen is we see something different, some sort of black swan event with the market where we see a Volkswagen squeeze. And just like the emoji timeline, we see that fire sale squeeze, right? The boom. This is just a quick update. Coming into the weekend, it should be exciting. I should be back Saturday with a full video on the PC covering everything that there is to cover, and I'm obviously missing stuff here because I don't have time to be staring at it and collecting all the info, but I am chatting with Discord now and then. So just get in there, guys. That is it. Quick update. I love you guys. Hopefully this uploads soon. The Wi-Fi at the hotel, I'm not sure how great it is. The last video took a bit to upload, but that's it. Peace.